Boom. Greetings, and we're back. So before we were talking about Jhamie's past, which was he was playing in Jamaica. He started football at 9 years old. He played for his prep school. What was the name of your prep school again? Voss Prep. He went to KC, Kingston College. He then played for Jamaica national team, youth national team, also Harborview Premier League team. And now he's in the United States on a scholarship. Beautiful. So now, Jhamie, just touch up a little bit on how do you get that scholarship for me, please.
So, I mean, playing, obviously, the different levels that I was playing at, I mean, your name is out there, so, scouts are asking about you. So, I mean, I had a few offers. I remember FIU was one of them.
Which one?
FIU,
Florida National University?
Yep.
Okay.
And then Coastal Carolina University.
Mm-hmm.
They were one of the top 10 schools at the time.
Yeah.
So I got recruited there. UConn.
UConn, really?
Yeah. The reason why I didn't go to UConn was because Coastal came first. And then, so what had happened was, I don't know if you know, traditionally most good players, youth players from that time, automatically you'd go UConn. You have Akeem Priestley, Damani Ralph, Andre Blake. Like, if you look over the check UConn's history,
yeah, their
best players were Jamaican.
It's because their coach, Ray Reid, he loves
Jamaica.
He loves international players. Who just said it the other day? Alex Clark said the same thing.
Yeah.
And my friends say it all the time, too.
So, the thing with UConn, all right, I just kept hearing that UConn wants you. You're going to UConn wants you. That's all I heard. Ray Reid never reached out to me.
And the other coaches for the other schools.
And the other schools reached out to me. So, here it is. Coastal now. Bro, I'm literally sitting on Facebook on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, hey, you committed anywhere? I was like, no. He's like, you talking to anybody? I'm like, not really. I'm talking, but nothing concrete. This is December. And this man came to Jamaica. He's like, all right, I'm coming to Jamaica tomorrow. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, if you want to talk, I'll hop on a plane tonight and I'll be there in the morning.
Really?
Yeah, Kyle Russell, he was the assistant at Coastal. Mind you, this was a program that they just became top 10. So they were building something really good. So Kyle came, literally, drive come Jamaica. He met my dad. So he was looking at me and another player.
Right.
The D-Cup finals was playing. He came around D-Cup time too.
Right.
D-Cup finals, I was Stets and Rossies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, Stets and Rossies. Brian Brown did I play for Rossies at the time.
Killer.
So he came to Kylie come look at me. He came to meet me because I was playing under 21 at Harborview.
Yeah.
Started playing again. I was just coming back from the same injury.
Right.
So I wasn't really playing, but I was just working my way back.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a game the Friday night. He's like, are you gonna play? I was like, I should be on the bench. So he's like, all right. And came for some reason the coach started me. Started to play against Reno in Harborview. Played. I got hurt again. Kyle was there. I got hurt again.
Same hamstring?
Same hamstring.
Mm-hmm.
Same hamstring. Never rested. Got hurt. Came off. So, but he was like, hey, I've seen enough. Like, I want you to come. So I'm like, all right then. But I still had my eyes set on UConn because obviously my older brother was living in Connecticut.
Right.
So I was like, and my family in New York. So I'm like, and then you hear so much about UConn. I'm thinking, yo, UConn,
big club.
Yeah, but still like no contact.
Mm-hmm.
So one day, what they have there. So the Sunday we went to the game. We went to the D-Cup game. Kyle with the assistant from Coastal. We hung out the day, spoke about the school, everything about the school. That program was good. At the time, you had another Jamaican. I don't know if you're probably not gonna know him. Ashton Bennett. In 2000 and what I think, whichever year Garvey Massey win. Garvey Massey, they have a big team.
Right.
And then he'd have a Glenmere team that same year where everybody did predict like that Glenmere team was going to sweep schoolboy football.
Right.
Then they have John Ross Diley, I don't know if you know John Ross. He lives in Connecticut now. Big time player. John Ross playing for Jamaica from God he knows when. big, good, left footed. That Glenmore team, bad. And that same Ashton Bennett,
Yeah.
Garvey Massey. I don't know if you know the Garvey Massey, Glenmore rivalry. That was big. Ashton Bennett was the captain for Garvey and then beat that Glenmore team in the finals.
Mm-hmm.
Beat them in the finals. So Ashton was there at Coastal too. Ashton was the leading goal scorer for Coastal that year. He was All-American, all of that.
Mm.
Wow.
So yeah,
Mm.
he was gonna do his senior year. So he was one of them that convinced me. Say, yo, come in, man, and the coach. I say, yeah. And then what the coach did next was something. He's like, yeah, instead of you wait until the summer, because it was a position that the center back position was important to them.
Yeah.
And they knew, and not a lot of players transition well. So a lot of players need time.
Right.
But obviously they're building and they wanted to build on what they did before.
Mm-hmm.
So they kind of wanted a ready now center back that can come in and just do the job now.
Mm-hmm.
He was putting that pressure on me. Not to say put pressure on me. I know I could do it, but obviously it's going to take time.
Right.
I mean, I trust myself where if a normal player can transition in 3 months. I trust myself. I know enough. I know how to adapt enough where I can probably transition in a lesser time.
Killer.
So what he did, he was like, all right, to solve all of this, let's get you here in January. Mind you, this is December. I'm like, bro, that's not possible. He's like, listen,
I can make it
it
possible.
is. Like, your paperwork's right, your subjects are right, you have everything. We're going to push this. I'm like, what? But mind you, I was like, my dad was like, yeah, do it. But I'm like, yo, no, I want to wait. In my head, I want to go to UConn. My mother's like, if you don't want to rush it, don't rush it. My mother was happy of the fact that I was going to school.
Yeah.
You know? So she was like, take your time. So one Monday, I was supposed to send off some paperwork to Coastal. I got a call from a Connecticut number. So I answered it. He's like, hello. He's like, hey, is this Jhamie Hyde? I'm like, yeah, who's this? He's like, this is Ray Reed from UConn. So I'm like, hey, what's up? He's like, are you talking to anybody now? I was like, yeah, I reached out to Costa. He's like, all right, so I'm interested in you. And, let me know, I need you. Bro, this man never sold the program to me. He's just like, hey, I need you. I'm interested. He's like, all right. I was like, I got to talk to my dad. That's what I said. So he's like, all right, just give me that number. I gave him my dad's number. Yeah. So he called my dad. My dad was at a game on the bench. Yeah. My dad answered the phone. He's like, Mr. Hyde, He's like, no, he's going to Coastal. Don't worry about it. Mm-hmm. Ray Reed called me back. He's like, listen, yes or no, do you want to come? Do you want to come to UConn or not? I was like, I got to do what my dad said. And he just hung up the phone.
Really? Just like that?
Just hung up the phone.
Yo.
Bro, because he's that type, like, I mean, come on. He's coaching UConn. UConn is like a big school that literally can't get anybody. Who am I? I'm just another potential player.
That's one thing I learned with the college route. Those coaches are very cutthroat. Yeah. Like, it's yes or no. If you want to come here, I'm going to push to get you here. If you don't want to come here, all right, leave me alone then.
That's what it is. Yeah. And it's UConn. Like,
big
who
club.
am I? Yo. I don't even know if you're gonna come and be who I want you to be. UConn. So like, all right, next. And then went to Coastal. Yeah. Had a big season. I mean, when I got there, I was a week late. I mean, but mine, it was in spring, so it's not like we weren't in competition. But for school, I was a week late. Yeah. Did the spring season. Obviously, had a few bumps as expected. Yeah. But I was still starting. And then I remember, my first few games, I did good, but there were some mistakes that you wouldn't want to have made in the real season. Right. So, and then by the time we were closing out the spring season, the last 2 games, I was playing really, really good. Like, in shape. Nice. Because, college fitness, Jamaica fitness, are 2 totally different fitness.
No, you have to do beep tests and all that stuff.
Listen to me, man. I was mad. Listen, I run so much, lift so much. Oh my
And
God.
fitness was never your strong suit.
No. And then coming here, that's when I adjusted and actually appreciated fitness. You know, and then finished the spring season strong. So I went back home to Harborview for the summer now, you know, school break, go back home for the summer.
Right.
I play under 20 now.
Right.
And this was going to be my last year under 20 because I played under 20 from I was 15.
Right.
So I am 20 now. So I'm like, listen, some play 5 years. We won it 5 years straight with Lodi. Same thing now. Last year, I was a captain.
For U20?
For the U20. We have me, Taxi, Rowan, you know, Amal Knight.
Amal Knight, yep.
Amal Knight was one of the keeper them. Tazio, there's a bunch of, but that team was young. So we had senior players, but those senior players was also looking to go to college.
Right.
So a lot of them left by the time the end of the season came around. So we were finishing the season with a bunch of young players. Now I tell you, young, similar to when I started, right? But it wasn't, for me, the difference when I started was I wasn't given a major role.
Okay.
Like I was eased into that role.
Okay.
You know, I wasn't coming in expecting to start
Right.
at 15. You know, Lodi would pick and choose the games, but there are some games where he trusted me when I played like I made even and thinking, would I say, yo, I have a job for you, you know.
Right.
Sitting at the midfield, though. You know, and good, like that's
Nice.
something that's protecting a player while exposing him at the same time. That's something
Yeah.
good. Not a lot of coaches can do that.
Right.
Lodi is one of them that is very, 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 very good at that. So the difference, as I said, now we had a bunch of young players with big responsibilities. Demar Rose was one of them. Young, like Demar was probably 15 at the time, and Demar after starting at central midfield. I play against an Arnett Garden team where
What?
12 of them played him. I play Premier League. And we play Arnett in the final. And we actually won. The one
You won Arnett Gardens in the finals?
them.
Where?
Up by you, we play them. We
No,
win
on the
1-0.
player UA.
We win 1-0.
Yo,
That
that
was
is
my last
sick.
trophy for Harborview. And then
Wow.
I was good, proud about that. I
Yo,
did it with a bunch of young players.
that is sick.
That was good.
Congrats.
Yeah, and then, so now, coming to college now, as I said, feeling good about it, you know, because I had the spring season under my belt.
Yeah.
Good. We had we played. I was a freshman, played 22 games. I started 20 games of that, all 90. And the 2 that I didn't start,
Yeah.
was when I never played. 2 that I didn't play,
Lose.
red card. Red card. So,
Yeah.
you know, went to the Sweet 16, went all the way to the Sweet 16.
Yeah.
So, played, you know, did good. A lot of people ask, after such a strong season, I got all freshman.
Wow.
You know, I missed out on freshman. I tied freshman of the year to a goalkeeper because he had a significant amount of clean sheets.
Green sheets, okay, yeah.
So, a lot of people would ask, like, after such a strong season, like, why would you transfer to University of Hartford?
That's literally about to be my question.
I know. So, the coaches, so, a lot of times, I think, sometimes I think, like, I overreacted, but I don't regret it.
Yeah.
And
I was about
a
to
lot
ask.
of things started to happen in the off season. So Ashton left. So if you know college coaches, then you probably know more. I can say this, assholes. Most of them.
They
Most
don't.
of them. They don't care.
To them, you're a number.
It's what can you do for me now?
Yeah.
Right.
If you can't do it, if I can't replace it now, someone gonna replace it down the line, and they're gonna treat you as such.
Exactly.
Right? But the thing is with me, so Ashton was one of those guys. So I feel like how Ashton treated them throughout that season kind of spilled over onto me because I was not the only Jamaican there. They brought in another Jamaican, Tevin. He was good. He was scoring goals, but he was not one of those players that they expected him to be. Right? But he was good. Like, he scored a lot of important goals for us that season.
Right.
So then Ashton would tell him off. Ashton was a guy that would tell him off and don't care. Like, he knew they needed him.
Right.
You know, I was there. I was playing. I mean, I was a freshman starting. So there's a lot of times where mistakes would happen and they would try to blame me, but then I would react like Ashton. I'm not disruptive, but
Right.
I'm gonna ask questions like, but what if he had done this?
Yeah.
Because like I don't like to be disruptive. I will never. I've never been labeled as a disruptive person within a team, because like I said, I know how it is with my father's experience.
Right.
When you have disruptive players, it's not good. You know, it's not professional.
Question to you though: when you're going into the college, were you on a scholarship?
Yeah,
Full ride. So you're an international student on a full ride. So that's why there's even more pressure on you.
Yeah, you see this
because they're taking a spot.
Americans love to say,
Yeah.
to whom much is given, much is required. Don't take that talk light. Do not.
Yeah.
Every day that you show up,
Yeah.
they're expecting you to run through a brick wall. They're expecting you to repay them.
Mm-hmm.
The quickest line they'll tell you, you know how much your scholarship is worth?
Mm.
That's one of the first questions I'll ask you.
Mm.
Yeah. So preseason now, spring season the next year. So what it is, what started this, right? We had Damani. So you had Damani,
Mm-hmm.
Damani Ralph, he's a big Jamaican agent. There's another agent, I'm not sure who it was. But then you had the coaches at Costa, they had a Canadian agency that they were working with. They pushed a lot of players to go pro too, because there were 2 players that went pro the year before that worked with the agent that the coaches do in Canada. So I guess the deal was the Canadian agents would find players for them,
Mm-hmm.
bring them in. So we had a lot of Canadians in our team. So, and then in return, the
When they're
coach,
ready.
they will ship them out like
Yeah.
Ashton. So I guess the coach had promised that agent Ashton, right? Ashton already had his plans with his agent.
Mm.
Long story short, Ashton never worked with that agent. So, you know, there was already that beef. You know, he was the Jamaicans. That agent came in, that coach came in, so that agent sent his players down. One of them was a center back. Right away. So I remember in my end of year meeting, you know, he was like, yeah, you know. My end of year meeting was good.
Right.
Spring season started.
Mm-hmm.
Started playing. That guy, one of the guys that they were bringing in, came in on a visit. Trained with us. I'm not gonna look and say he's not good, but he was not good as I was. I'm not.
You could say that you're in your prime.
Yeah, I'm good. I was good. Like, especially coming off the season that I had.
Yeah.
I'm good. I was well respected within the team and everything. But what I think happened was that coach had promised that agency that his players had to play.
Yep.
I was gonna be the scapegoat for that.
All political
So
crap.
then the first move that they pulled, remember when I told you, see when the coach came to recruit me in Jamaica, I was playing right back.
Mm-hmm.
I was playing right back. He tried to put that stunt because he wanted me to play right back. So he moved me to play right back. Oh. And I was like, I had no problem doing it, but it's because he's facilitating our players. So I'm like, no, I don't want to play right back. So then he called me in a meeting. He's like, look, this is my team for next. I know you can play here, yada yada yada. This is my team for next year. And as of right now, how you're playing, you're not in the team.
Right.
So I'm like, yeah, because I was in your team starting last year, but I was starting as a center back. Right? I'm starting as a center back. If I wasn't good, I wouldn't be starting. We played 22 games. I started 20, full 90. And the only 2 that I didn't play was to a red card. Right?
Mm-hmm. And you guys had a
So-
successful season going
exactly.
round of 16 in the NCAA.
We went straight to the round of 16.
All American.
Played Wake Forest,
That's crazy.
Maryland,
Yeah.
all of those big schools, you name it. We played them, we beat them, right? So, and I'm starting. I think if I'm starting and coming off, or if it is time, I'm starting. Like, we played our conference final game, national TV. I was a standout. You even said it out of your mouth.
You're telling the coach this.
Yeah, this is the coach. I mean, I'm not telling him this. I'm just reasoning, but I'm like, so I'm like, you're telling me like, so I said it like, but it don't make sense. And then he started doing some clips, and then he's pointing out So like he would stop the video short
Yeah.
of what the actual play was, but then in that video it would kind of show like I'm out of position or whatever it is.
Right.
But if you play that full video, you'll realize that we're in perfect shape and I'm in cover position or I'm where I'm supposed to be. So it's like he was just making up scenarios to facilitate that person. I'm like, you know what? I'm not paying it no mind. And then when I realized, I started to think about it, and I'm like, you know what? I probably should leave. And then I remember we played a practice game. We were playing a USL team. Do you know there was a team that played in the USL, Wilmington Hammerheads? They were USL. They came. We played against them. First, he didn't start me because he said I was late to the locker room. That's a lie. I wasn't late. That's a lie. I wasn't late. He didn't start me, right? The reason being I was late. I was pissed from that. Then he put me on and then subbed me in like 15 minutes. So I was like, all right, yeah, I'm out.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But what I could have stayed and fight for my position because I knew, like, I trust myself.
Yeah.
Right.
One thing with me, and Danny can attest to this, there are times in season where I'm probably coming in unfit or way out of shape, and I'm like, Danny, just trust me.
Right.
I can handle myself. I know. I promise you that.
Did he?
The last corner league final or 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Boom.
Jhamie Hyde.
He was the center. They said it. Everyone said it.
Yes, I'm like, I always tell people, bro,
Maestro.
don't look at me, just trust me. Like, just trust me until I fail it. And I'll try, promise you I won't.
I like that. Trust me until I fail you.
Yeah, so I could have taken that route and be like, you know, I'm gonna show you.
Mm-hmm.
But then I was like, no, like the games that he was gonna play, I didn't want it to be a situation where I was seen as a one-hit wonder, because then, you know, I'm on radars from my freshman year, and then I don't want to leave it into a coach's hands to play me, and then people are starting to look at me like, oh, he was just good because the team was good, you know. So I was like, so I went to him and I'm like, I believe it. Like I told him, I don't think the situation is good for me. I'm leaving. He was like, oh no. You know, it's just scenarios that I'm pointing to. You're a guy that can play center mid. Because even in that season, my freshman year, there was a situation where I played center mid. Like I had to go play center mid, and I played it good,
Easily.
good. I remember a game that I just came back from America. Center mid out, and he put me in there. Played good. Right back wherever I played.
Easily.
So it's like I'm just showing you situations where, you know, you can play here, or you can, you know, you can play this, or, you know, but obviously primarily I'm going to have you as my main guy in the center back, yada, yada, yada. It sold a good story.
All nice now.
Sold a good story. I'm like, all right, good. I feel better about it. Went to training. I just never liked the vibe because I knew them. Like, I saw how there are good people outside of football.
Right.
Great guys. But on the field, you know, I mean, most leaders you're not going to like.
That is true. Yeah.
You're not going to like. If you're a true leader.
I don't like Danny.
True leaders, you're not going to like.
That's right.
You're not going to like. Not everybody going to like you.
That is true. That is true.
And unfortunately, in that situation, that's our case. He's a leader, good coach. Don't get me wrong. He knows how to get the best out of his players. I promise you that. He's going to run you. You lose a game or you don't play like him, like, best believe you're going to cover every grass of that field. Bro, I see that man run me one time. We'll draw a game. The game that we draw, we're down 3-2 with 18 seconds left, and I scored. I remember. That's probably the best goal I've ever scored in my career. Scored 3-3. Feel good about it, everything. Bro, the coach, one day we did it, and like him just say fitness. And the man run away. And then one day, so I was standing to this side because we're on the line.
Yeah.
And I'm standing to the left side. That's where the coach is with the whistle, the trainer.
Yeah.
And the head coach just walk up and say, break them.
Ooh.
Brother, break them. Like, run them till them break.
Gosh.
Brother, we run. This guy threw up.
You threw up?
No, this Norwegian guy. You know the man walk over him and say?
What?
The name Henrik. Man said, damn, Henrik. You didn't chew your food today? Brother, Hendrick eat meatball for lunch. Meatball. And it really looked like it never chewed.
Oh, God.
I said, damn, Hendrick, you never chew your food today? Bro, and I'm like, yo, that brother, you're wicked. Yeah, so I just never liked and I was like, this guy's playing games. Like, yeah, I trust myself, but I feel like it got to a situation where even if I was playing good, they would have had to fulfill the commitment that they had made with that guy.
Right.
And I remember when I left, I spoke to a bunch of guys after that, and they were like, that guy is not good. And it's true, like, he didn't last. I think he lasted a year and a half there.
And then boom, out.
And then when I was leaving, that coach, I never spoke to him after that. So then I came to UHeart. Yeah. And how the Coach Porteous and Mike Koulas, how they received me was good. Yeah. I felt at home from day one until the day I left.
Nice.
Was there a reason to go to UHeart? Did you choose? Because you played with Lowe, right?
Yeah, I played with Lowe my first year.
Was he already there?
Yeah, he was already there.
So he kind of recruited
Rohan
you.
was there, the same Rohan guy I was telling you. He was at UHeart.
So they kind of recruited you.
That's why you wanted to go at UHeart.
So, and then it was easier for me.
Yeah, transition.
Easy transition. Everything was easy. Went there. I mean, it was a mediocre school, but then, we went to like 3 conference finals. We just couldn't get over the hump.
You could have won the conference.
Bro,
You guys
3?
You guys ever been to the NCAA?
no.
You
lost the championship game
never
3
win a
times.
trophy like this.
Bro, we lost 3 times.
In a row, 3 years.
We lost to Stony Brook, and we lost to UMBC twice.
Wow.
I was captain, one of those years.
What?
So you guys overall had a good season when
we
you were
had
there.
brother, we had record seasons.
Because I remember I was in high school at this time.
Most wins in school history, most clean sheets. Like brother, we had the good.
Yeah, UHeart was big.
We were good, like we were it. We started beat UConn in our spring games. Kyle Laren was playing that,
Kyle, Andre Blake.
Andre Blake, like we played against them in spring. I mean, granted it's spring.
Yeah.
They can say that they probably wasn't at full strength, but I mean those guys played.
Yeah.
We beat them. But bro, at UHeart, what Coach Porteous and Mike Koulas built, they were building something good.
Yeah.
Very good, brother. Like they were like record, like most wins, most clean sheets, team of the year, this, everything. Conference finals game, every year. We just couldn't get to that just win. That's all, just win the final game. Win.
Man. That sucks.
Yeah. And then
That sucks.
So even that, I'm playing good. Like I'm at the level, playing at at the top level, like in form.
Yeah.
And then my knees.
Doom, doom, doom. I need to get that sound effect. We need to start getting sound effect on the podcast, Lenny.
The worst.
Doom, doom,
That's
doom.
the worst nightmare. My knees, man. So first it started with my groin. So my groin went. And then, I started compensating because I'm not that guy. Like, I usually play through injuries. Probably not the smartest thing to do.
Nope.
Not the smartest thing, but, I'm that type of person that I'll risk it. I
Risk it for the biscuit.
So, played. So my knees were compensating for my groin injury.
Okay.
Coach Porteous.
Yeah.
He's a great coach.
Right.
But he as a person, brother, one of the best persons I've you'll ever meet.
Why?
Just selfless, like looking out for you, man, looking out for people, family, man, everything. Put your well-being first.
Right.
And he looked at me, because one day we played. Who did he play? Played Vermont.
Right.
A 2:00 game over UHeart. And one day Porteous coming out of the changing room and see me take off my clothes. Tell me I change. I was wrapped up like a mummy. You see when I'm wrapped up a mummy?
Yeah.
My entire bottom half was just wrapped like a mummy. And he was like, nah. He was like, you're going to sit for 2 weeks. Nothing, no practice, no nothing. I'm like, coach, we have conference. He's like, don't worry about that. I'm like, what? And I sat for 2 weeks. Good, came back, good, ready.
Yeah.
Played. And then when I played, I got hit my knee up in Binghamton. My meniscus went, shredded.
Oh, that's not too bad.
It went. It's not like a repair.
Oh.
The doctor went, inside, bro. They had to clean it out.
Ooh.
It's bone on bone right now.
Oh, God.
And bro, I've been playing, and then mind you, I had to play through that in my senior year too.
How does that feel? Bone and bone.
When it's sore, it's sore.
That sounds terrible.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
and then I mean, so you know, college like transition. You know, because you know, from college now you're saying, all right, professional soccer.
Right.
That's what I was
You're
just
looking
about
to
to
get scouted now,
And
right?
then now, this was probably mentally for me the lowest I've been. I hit it.
Yeah.
I hit my pain, not like physical pain, like
Oh, yeah.
because you know, like I'm like, all right, I did my surgery. I know it's bone on bone. What you might call it, Damani Ralph, the same agent. You know, he got drafted.
Yeah, I know that one, Ralph.
All right, he got drafted to Chicago. He was
Right.
top pick, top MLS. He was big, rookie of the year, you name it, big time legend in MLS.
Killer.
He retired because of the same injury I had.
Mm.
Fortunately for him, he was able to play a lot of professional soccer before.
Right.
Yeah. I didn't get to that point. Mine was right in the prime of my career, like right in the prime of college.
Was this on turf?
Yeah, but it wasn't no turf. It's just that the turf never had nothing to do. It's just more like
just
the impact.
Prior to injury, though, did you? I mean, you were going to UHAR, right? You're still trying to go pro. You didn't try to look for like a combine or camp or
Yeah,
something.
I did. I went to a bunch of bro. I went to Kansas City. I went to the combine. Where else did I go? I went to the Kansas City combine.
Yeah.
I went to. There's a combine in Vegas that I was invited to.
Right.
With Seattle, Toronto. There was another MLS team that was there. 3 teams. I was there, and you know I got great feedbacks. The only reason why I didn't sign with Kansas at the time, was because I didn't have a green card.
No, get out of here.
See that green card issue, that was there. And the thing is, they were a new USL team that was coming up. Kansas City. It was Soap Park Rangers. They were Kansas City 2, second team. They were a new team. They couldn't. It's not a team that was. It's not even like it was a established USL team that could have facilitated my green card. So you know they weren't willing to do that.
Were you in contact with them up to your senior year?
Yeah, I was. A lot of them reached out to Porty. You know, but and then through that playing, even just playing to impress, the more I played at the time, I was just getting worse with my knees.
The senior year.
Worse, so it's just like,
Oh,
you know,
God.
and then
Put my glasses on.
I just had to come to the reality now, because even though I wanted to play, right, I also didn't want to be remembered. I didn't want to go play and not be able to play at my full potential, like I know, because obviously first impression is the last impression, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Frustrated,
and a lot of times it hurt to play, but sometimes it's like, all right, don't make yourself look stupid. Like, you know, you're a great, you know, you can play.
Right.
Whatever happens, it's not because of your potential. It's nobody's gonna look at you and say it's because you're never good.
Right.
You know what used to haunt me?
What?
When I first came to come to terms, like when I first said, all right, football is not gonna work out. Just relax. Take a step back. Just relax. You see, every time Jamaica would play a game, my phone, I would get at least 5 to 6 messages saying, "Bro, you should be playing. This should be you. This is what I envisioned for you."
Get out of here.
And one time, I was in New York. It was a Gold Cup game. The year when we went to the Gold Cup finals.
Yes.
We went to a Gold Cup finals. Think it was with Mexico. One of them team there. And one of my brethren used to play for Harborview.
When Texas scored that free kick, was it that one?
Probably is that one.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
That one there.
Yeah.
Yo, but I don't know if you remember. My friend pointed this out to me. You know, we're just sitting there watching the game.
Yeah.
And the man said, "Jhamie, you're the only one missing." Him like, "You're the only one missing." Some say, "What do you mean?" Him say, "Look at the back line." Bro, some look on the back line. Taxi. Nana, that's Damien Lowe. Fisher.
Everybody to play with.
You see those 3 guys,
Yeah.
including me, that would make 4. That's our winning under 20 team.
Hmm.
That was starting for Jamaica in
Yeah.
that semi-final.
Mm.
And brother, when I look, brother, I sink to the lowest part of my life.
Oh my God.
Brother, the only thing left for me to do that day, I cry.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know I struggle accepting the fact. My mother was the only person, and I never tell her. She just saw it.
Yeah.
So every time we'd have a conversation or like Jamaica, the teams would play,
Yeah.
Yeah.
she'd be like, don't. She's like, don't get too much down on yourself. Like, you're gonna be okay. Like,
Mm.
your next calling in life is gonna be big.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my mother used to always motivate me.
Yeah.
And like, I think like she see it. Like, she can see the pain.
Yeah.
She see how much we didn't want to play and, you know, fulfill that dream.
Yeah.
Wow.
But because of injuries, like, unfortunately, I wasn't able to. You know, and then, you know, after a while, probably like after a year or 2,
Yeah.
like whenever, like as I say, I never shared. And then after a year or 2, I was just like, you know what? It is what it is. Like, I just always remind myself, it's not because of their potential. If it was for that, I would be playing pro somewhere in the world right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I said?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
my knees, like, it was
Gosh.
bad. So, you know, unfortunately, it is what it is. I mean, I don't have no regrets about it.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I regret the
injury.
how it happened.
And you can remember exactly.
But I remember the night, it was a Saturday night, Binghamton. I never forget. We even lost the game.
God.
Damn.
I never forget it. Never forget it.
Trust me. Trust me. It's a sad story.
Yeah, but I mean, things change, right? Right after college, I know a little bit. I think that's when I started to get to know you a little bit after college.
Yeah.
You were still in ball. You were playing.
Yeah, I was
what?
still playing, but
You were playing-
obviously I couldn't just play at that level. But
Yeah.
regular semi-pro or
were
whatever.
playing Hartford City,
playing,
right?
Hartford City, I played there. I played
Oh, really?
the first
That's nice.
season of Hartford City. I was playing our first ever game in the history of Hartford City. I was a part of that starting.
Oh,
lineup.
that's
Mhm.
good.
We played up in Kingston, up Stockade FC.
Yep.
Yeah.
There we beat them.
You played with Blacks? Was Blacks
Yeah,
playing at
it
the
was
time?
Me, as Jamaicans, it was me, Blacks, and
And
Chris Brooks.
yeah.
Yep.
Killer.
So we played that season with them.
Yeah,
We lost in the championship game.
unfortunately.
You know, unfortunately. Then my knees acted up again on me the second year, so I didn't go back.
Mhm.
And then I was just like, you know what? And then obviously I started my family.
Mm.
After that, you know, so my more focus was family.
Yeah.
So, you know, providing for them.
How old are you right now, Jimmy?
I just turned 31 yesterday.
Happy
belated
belated
birthday.
birthday.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, killer.
Yeah, so, you know, providing for my family
Mhm.
became a priority for me.
Yeah.
And then, you know, obviously playing football became secondary. You know, you have to, like, be careful what you're doing, because hurting yourself, you probably lose out on work. But then, KO came.
Mhm.
You know, it's another
Let's go.
it's another avenue that, you know, honestly,
It's a lot of journey.
it's a club that took me out. Not say took me, it took me out from a dark place. You know, kept my
Yeah.
mind occupied.
Yeah.
You know, I'm grateful for that. I remember our first season, what was it, Industrial League.
Surely, yep.
I remember they had started the season probably like 3 games in, and
Yeah.
you know, Black Sun then reached out to me like, yo, come play, you know, Danny. I'm like, all right, I'll come play. And I realized that,
Right.
you know, we were actually doing something good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I remember the first game, actually I have the picture where the first ever trophy.
You gotta send it to me.
Yeah, first ever trophy win up by, where was that? A Falcon
Falcon
Field
Field in New Britain.
night. I never.
Is that the trophy that's in the Peruvian restaurant?
No,
Oh.
I don't know where it is. Actually, I think that's all right there.
This is it?
Yeah, at the Hartford Industrial League. Yeah. KO Leeds is right on there. Little plaques on that, on one of the sides. 2018 or 29. Yeah.
Show it to the camera, man.
Yeah, man, 2019.
2019.
You.
2019. This is our first ever trophy.
First ever trophy.
First ever trophy in history.
Yep.
Yeah.
Never forget that. That night.
Yep.
Never forget it. I played center mid that night too.
Yeah.
It was good, and then from there, we just kept growing.
You play center mid? What?
Yeah.
Where was Danny?
I didn't play that
Danny
game.
didn't play.
I had something on my neck and I had surgery the day before. I was
Yeah.
so pissed. My mom's fault. She told me to get the surgery.
Played, yeah. We won 2-0, 2-0, 2-1. We won.
Something like that, yeah.
Yo,
And then
congrats.
we just
Congratulations.
went kicking from there, like.
I have these trophies at the house. I don't know whose
Yeah,
trophies are
man.
these.
First season Blacks. I think Blacks has scored 2 that day.
Probably.
Killer Blacks.
Yeah, man. Trust me. Yo, like seeing where we started, to where we are now, trust me, man, is a blessing. It's something good.
Mm.
And, you know, to carry on the ambitions of the club.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's something very, very, very exciting.
Beautiful. And speaking of carry on the transition of the club, I think you have something to this big announcement.
Oh, yeah?
Then you want to do the honors, or you want to make Jhamie do the honors?
Let Danny do it.
You want me to do the big announcement?
Go ahead,
What,
dude.
your official assistant coach over here?
Oh yeah.
Hopefully one day a head coach.
Definitely.
So how does that feel now that you're?
It's
I
good.
feel like you're still gonna play. I know time
Yeah,
to
now I'm
time.
gonna play. I mean, probably not all the competitions. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm in the process of stepping back fully. A lot of times I tell Danny, hey, I don't wanna, don't worry about me. I'll just be on the side. I'll play.
If you need me.
But then once
Yeah.
you're in it, you're like, all right, now. I want to play now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm in that transition where it's time to take a step back,
Yeah.
Also, in my personal life, I'm trying to, get my business situated more
Yeah.
while also balancing this,
What business is that?
my trucking company.
Oh, shout it out, man.
Hyde trucking,
Yeah.
and that. So, and I feel like also with me building my personal companies also would be beneficial for us as a club also because, we don't just get up and, all the things that we have, we don't just get up and they magically appear.
No, we work
Right.
for it.
And it's a club that obviously I've been a part of for 5,
It's
6,
going on
7
5 years. In
So, you definitely do want to give back. You definitely do want to
Yeah.
create that environment or create that.
I'm not giving anything back to this club.
Every day this dude gets back.
Trust me, like, see where we're coming from.
Yeah.
Trust me, man. You want us to get there.
Viewers,
I do.
if for the people watching, this podcast wouldn't be around if KO wasn't around.
That is true.
So yeah, and then stepping into that coaching role.
Is it something you always saw yourself doing eventually?
Because, growing up,
Yeah.
as I said, I've been around my father.
Right. Right.
My father's a coach.
Yeah.
I used to run home from school
To-
just to go catch him before I go practice, so I can go training with him.
Yeah.
So like I said, you've seen it.
Yeah.
Like I tell people all the time, like the history of football, the history of Jamaican football. Don't question me on that because I'll school you.
Yeah.
Like I remember everything. I can tell you a team talk
Yeah.
for certain games that used to happen. Like I've been in changing rooms in different scenarios. I've been in changing rooms where teams are 2-0 down. You hear that team talk. You've been in changing, like you see tactical setup.
Right.
You've
Right.
been around different coaches. So being with my father, being with the different coaches, and I tell you, I was blessed, and I'm blessed. I was blessed, and I'm blessed to have been
Yeah.
a part of some great teams that's been coached by great coaches. So you understand their philosophy. You see it from different perspectives. So that can allow you now to play around with a bunch of different philosophies to suit you. You play around to see what works for you. So growing up, I've always envisioned my style,
Yeah.
like what I'd want for my team,
Mm-hmm.
and obviously KO has created that opportunity for me to now impose my philosophy and my thought process on football to the club.
Beautiful.
Something that obviously I'm looking forward to.
Sick.
Great coach we got.
Sick.
coach.
Yo,
Like you just mentioning that. Now you have all this experience, all this knowledge that you can share. I mean, you've been around the Hartford community. You
Yeah.
see Corner League and all the young guys coming up. So like, Coombs, Skeeta, all those guys. So you can share all that with them.
beautiful. And
Yeah.
on one of I think it was the first show that we did, I was telling a lot of people, I was telling the people on the viewers that Jhamie has such a good personality,
Yeah, definitely.
especially for coaching. I was telling the guys that the first time I came here, you called your father.
Yeah.
You remember?
Yeah.
The first time you saw me play and you called your father and said, you know what? Bring him
I
back.
remember Jamie called me. He was like, "Who is that?" I was like, "That's my friend Pops."
Yeah, right. You said that?
Yeah,
I remember he called me.
Yeah, Danny,
He didn't know you.
That's the first one. That's the first. Danny tell me, I'm like, yo, I call my father right away.
Right away.
And the thing is with my father, like, him trust me. Like, I don't have much experience coaching, but
Yeah.
he knows that I've been around certain things. So if
Yeah.
I call him and say, yo,
Yeah.
this player, he's like, all right. He's always going to give me the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
I don't give credit where credit is not due. Like I give you it when you deserve it.
You hear that, Dad?
Yeah. So just a question because I'm kind of on the outside of it, right?
Yeah.
Just briefly, like your dad in Jamaica, he's like a big time figure, but why?
Yeah.
Why is that?
He was a great soccer player.
Okay.
If you like, a lot of times, alright. So for me, like I said, I'm a student of the game. Like I'm the kid that would sit around a bunch of elders, listen to them talking about the history of Jamaican football. And 100% of the time, my dad's name would come up.
Lenny Hyde.
They have him as probably one of the best. He's in discussion for probably the best schoolboy football ever. Schoolboy football player ever.
Yeah.
They have it as, his team that won in 1977 is probably one of the best schoolboy football team ever. They beat, probably even professional teams.
Wow.
They were good, and they were not just good like results wise. They were skillful, very, very skillful. So he carried that over into club level, into the national team.
He coached Jamaica national team before?
As an assistant in U20s. So that was as a player, and then
Yeah.
he carried that over as a coach.
Yeah.
So he's the only coach that won the Premier League with three different clubs.
Big up
Yeah.
Lenny Hyde. Yo, when were you gonna get him on the show?
I was just about to ask that. We need him on the show. 'Cause I have one big question for him. I have
He's
one
back
big
next
question
year.
for him.
What?
Why is he not coaching the national team? You guys need a coach. You guys suck.
No, we don't suck.
You guys are doing better. You guys are doing better.
Listen, I feel like this is the best group
Yeah,
that
definitely.
we've had in a while.
Man, you know how upset I am that I'm not playing for the national team.
So,
Very
and I
upset.
feel like you hear people give them stick about it. Like,
Yeah.
but give them time.
Yeah, definitely
Nothing
give
is
time.
built in one day.
Killer. Yeah, I
Like,
believe
you
that
can
they can do
see
it.
Like, a lot of people, like, even know they want to kill Leon Bailey. Like,
Cut him some slack.
definitely.
real.
I mean,
Cut him
you
some
can
slack.
understand the fans' frustration because
Yeah.
they watch him for Aston Villa. He's top class. But then they come to Jamaica and expect him to be
The same
just scoring goals,
You
5, 6
can't.
goals.
No.
You can't do that, brother. You can't expect that. And if you look
Because
at the
they're not
games, he's
paying.
helping the team.
Yeah.
Personally, I think so.
He goes from
He's missing some chances, but you
Everybody.
think he don't know that he should be scoring them? Yeah, you
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if you look at the balance of the team, he's committed to the cause. He might help him out, track back him out. Work.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of, I feel like it's just unlucky. It's just a matter of one of those goals going in,
Yep.
and he's good. I can play good. I'm not kill him.
Liam Bailey.
He'll be on here soon.
Come share
Eventually.
it on the podcast, my friend.
Yeah, so like, and separate and apart from it, like they do that with everybody. Like, I feel like Jamaican spectators, especially,
Oh God, trust
and
me.
if
Oh,
you
yeah.
mental,
I went to a Jamaica-Argentina game with him. I was sitting with all Jamaicans. They go crazy over the dumbest things. Like,
exactly. So-
every play, they're
So
screaming.
like when you sometimes hear, and then when you some of the people in here criticize Leon, it's players that have never kicked a ball a day in them life.
Exactly.
They've never been in professional
That's why it's so
situations. Like,
funny.
sometimes you hear them talk, you just leave it. Me personally, I don't talk football with anybody.
Yeah.
I will. If I sit down and hear you talk football,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna give my 2 cents because you don't know. Not to say you don't know, but if I talk football, I reason football deep. I don't reason football with emotions.
Right. Right.
And I see football different.
Right. I hate football.
I see football different. So, so sometimes when you hear them talk and how them criticize the national team,
It's a little
Yeah.
harsh.
it's harsh.
Yeah. It's very
It's
harsh.
harsh. Like, yeah, you understand some of it,
Right.
but majority of it, nah, everything take a time.
Yeah.
Obviously, the structure definitely needs changing. But, like, on the field with the players and all, I think we're headed in the right direction.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that.
Yeah.
And then just my last question here. It's kind of outside of soccer. It's because me and Skeeta get into an argument about it all the time. And you've been in both of them. You went to school here in America, and you went to school in Jamaica. Me and Skeeta go at it all the time. Which education's harder?
Jamaica.
That's the question?
Yes, that's a question, because that's going to be a big question on the pod. That's going to be a big. You should clip this, because
Danny.
a lot of people are going to argue this.
Danny.
Because me and George think you guys are just wrong.
Danny.
American education is so much harder.
Danny, I went to.
I flew to University of Ireland. I never have to do an extra class.
Bro,
Yeah,
I
man.
went to.
Jamaica.
I went to MCC. You didn't know that? You know I went to MCC.
MCC.
It's the same educational
Danny,
system.
listen
I
to
did
me.
the
But
test in one day.
US
didn't
going to
study
Harvard or Yale with the
anything.
top schools. Think
Danny,
about that.
Listen to me. Education
Yeah.
in Jamaica, oh, brother, that hard.
You better clip this.
I will.
Make sure hard.
We're gonna put up a poll. We're gonna put up a poll.
Brother,
Put up
that's
a
hard.
poll.
Everybody, I'm gonna ask you. Transitioning here,
Yeah.
Easy.
breeze. The only way
Easy.
you don't pass up here is if you don't go. Brother, you guys give credit just to show up to class. So, if you just call your name and they say here, present, you get a credit.
Yo,
Yeah.
yo. There's a story with Jhamie.
Yeah.
Jhamie said that he was failing class in Jamaica. He came here and he's on every honor roll. Every honor roll.
My mama tell it. Yo, my mama tell it. All right, I told it. My mother, I'm telling my mother used to pull me from football back in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Right.
If I wasn't good. Brother, you saw me start college up here?
Yeah.
I had a Dean's List certificate.
Wow.
And I'm a host. Honor roll, Dean's List.
Mm.
Brother, I'm there for every president list, everything. Brother, I never envisioned myself, so I got done college with a 3.4 GPA.
Bro.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, that's my tech, brother. I'm a breeze. I never have the problem. I never have to take over a class.
Bro.
I never have to do nothing.
Yo, some of these kids are struggling. You know, most of these kids that are they're finishing 19 in the class out of 20 kids. They come here and they're finishing like top 3.
No, man, Jamaica education. Danny,
Top
that
3.
hard.
Danny,
First and first is a totally different syllabus.
look,
Totally different thing.
CXCs,
Danny,
SBA. When that time you're stressed.
first and first. Danny,
I think we could
have
argue
to
this for
study
like an hour.
No, man, yo.
That's a horrible question.
That's a
Get out of
great-
here.
No, it's,
What?
it's actually a great.
You're going to
question.
clip that? You're going to pull it? Look how many views you're
We're gonna poll that. We should poll that, right?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Have to. Make sure you see me. I'm a post. Have to, brother.
We need your college kids to
Oh,
get a
absolutely.
hold of
I have
that
all of
too.
them over there for KO. All of them.
Oh, come on.
Yo, Jamaica. Oh my God, man.
We're what do you call it? We're contending with all the Caribbean countries.
Yeah.
And what is U.S. What are we competing with?
competing
The
with
top
yourself.
nations in the world.
No,
What are you
no,
talking
no,
yourself?
No, absolutely not. No.
I should punch Danny right in the face just to ask that question.
That's it for me. I'm done. That was it.
Don't ever put down the mic. Put down the mic. But so that's it for Danny. But my thing for you is I want you to give advice for the younger generation that is coming up that has similar dreams and aspiration to you. Leave them with an advice today.
Be comfortable being uncomfortable. Right? What I mean by that is work on your weaknesses. It's okay. You can't use your left foot. Alright. Put yourself in that uncomfortable position where you're comfortable to accept the fact that alright, my left foot is weak. I am going to work on that to make sure I say, yo, I can get better. That's how I said. Be comfortable being uncomfortable. It's okay. You're only gonna get better. Right?
Beautiful.
Another thing, work on your weakness. Like, you get up every day. My strong, like, let's say your strong point is dribbling.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get up every day, go dribble a soccer ball over Granby Street. Right?
Right.
If your weak point, maintain your strengths while improving your weakness. So if your heading is your weakness, keep improving that while maintaining your strengths. At some point in time, your weakness is going to be up there with your strengths. And at that point, you're improving everything. You're improving.
Beautiful.
Yep.
That is it. And that's time. So far, that's all. So before we leave, a big shout out to our sponsors. We have KO Elites Football Club. We have Davis Media. We have Nick Media. And last but certainly not least, Oil Labs for the best fragrances known to mankind. And they are going into clothing also. And any football or any sports product that you need, Oil Labs will provide. Alright? So until then, keep dreaming and stay watching. Boom. We're out.